Hello, I've hit level 51 in my Trailblaze level, and I've fully cleared every one of the simulated universe second difficulties, as you can see here. This is just an update basically. So the strats still work. Preservation is still the most cheap, still the cheapest method to clear, even though you do not have the stats. So I will just show an example with the Cocolia clear. So in general, it's always these three. If you have Japar or Bailu, feel free to swap them in. But you also want to bring someone that can break the characters that you'll be facing. So in this situation, it's going to be Cocolia Fight, which means I want fire. You can opt to bring maybe someone like Hook. You can bring someone like Asta. My Hook is a bit more tankier than my Asta, so I prefer using her, although she's quite slow, so it's gonna be a pretty slow run. But it's very safe and it's fully autoable in case you wanted to grind artifacts, or I don't know, want to get a full clear every now and then because it's just fun. So I just use Preservation and then just run it down. I think Abundance would still work, but Abundance does require you to have quite a bit of stats on your main DPS, which you probably have not built yet because you may have just hit 50 or you still haven't hit 50 yet. Okay, so before we begin, let me just show you the stats. 60, 60, 60, Ascended, but still 60. Light Cones is Universal Market 50, Quid Pro Quo 50, Amber 50, and Fall of an Eon 60. Tracers, never really touched the Tracers too much after the level 40 Trailblaze level, so really nothing too much here. Relics, nothing too fancy for the tank units. Maybe just Fire Traveler has a full defense percent set. So I'm really just trying to get decent main stats like speed, defense percent, and the rest is just really raw stats. Like I don't really care what's on this, I just want to get the HP. Or the attack here, yeah, I don't really care about the rest. So as you can see, this run is very budget. Like, even Fire Traveler, you can probably get away with just, like, reducing some of these artifacts. Like, you don't need plus 12 4-star gear. You can get away with plus 6 and you'll be fine. Don't have to worry too much about it. But I'm sure at this point some of you may have started your artifact grind, so you may have some build units. Feel free to bring them along if you want, because honestly the main core of this team is the Fire Traveler and what other shielders you have, and a healer. That's it. I do have this, doesn't matter. This one matters, Eidolon 3 at minimum, because that will help to boost the shielding that you get, which is very, very important. There's none here, and in March I have quite a lot, but honestly, none of them are too significant. This one is nice. It gives you the shield at the start of the turn. And then after that, you get additional counter and it scales off defense. And then this gives you more shielding. So it's nice to have these, but it's not essential at all. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah.
Crash now or crash later?
Will of preservation. You are doomed to fail.
Try that again.
Lance forward.
Watch this awesome move. Nap time. You can't run. Try that again.
Tremble before my power.
You can't run. Here I come.
done yet. You are doomed to fail.
Try that again. You can't run.
A world devoured by ice.
Try that again.
This will be your burial ground. Lance forward!
Watch this awesome move.
Freeze to death.
You can't run. Try that again. Stop right there. You can't run. Formation.
Tremble before my power. A world devoured by ice. Witness the avalanche.
Now or never.
Judgment of eternal winter.
I'm okay.
Lance forward! Freeze to death.
Try that again. Watch this awesome move. You can't run. Here I come. Try that again.
Not a scratch.
You can't run.
The eternal freeze will bury you.
Nap time. Watch this awesome move.
Tremble before my power. A world devoured by ice.
You can't run.
Let me bestow upon you despair.
You're annoying. I'm okay. Here I come.
Not a scratch. Lance forward!
Try that again.
Freeze to death.
You can't run. Watch this awesome move. Nap time. You're annoying.
This will be your burial ground.
Try that again.
Witness the avalanche.
You're annoying. I'm okay. Phew.
Judgment of eternal winter.
You can't run.
A world devoured by ice.
Try that again. Watch this awesome move.
Not a scratch.
You're annoying.
You are doomed to fail. Freeze to death.
You can't run.
Lance forward!
Here. Nap time.
A world devoured by ice.
I'm okay.
They promise.
I hereby pronounce this expedition a success.
Alright, so as you can see, it was pretty reliable, but then again, this run is also pretty high rolling. I basically got every single path resonance here. Actually, most of the cases, you only need this and this, and then you need macro segregation. Like if you don't get these three here, you probably won't have a very comfy auto. So you might have to manual a little bit, which is quite annoying with preservation. So I recommend re-rolling actually if you don't get macro segregation pretty early. In my case, I just let my runs go, and then if I fail, I just fail. So yeah, that's what I do. Besides that, the most important is this, and then you also want to get this 2-star here. This 2-star here is very strong. It gives you a shield at the end of your turn. And then the last ones that I would like a lot is actually the 8% defense buff. This buff here is pretty game changing. It gives you a shit ton of defense. And then besides that, the Dispel one is also really popular for me, because I really like the ability to just randomly dispel my freezers, Kaka's Possession, or whatever other debuffs you might encounter in the dungeon. But yeah, this run is particularly snowbally. So yeah, you might not experience the same easy auto as I did, but the most important ones are of course crit damage, energy, macro segregation. If you can get these three, the rest of the run, no matter what else you got, is probably going to be relatively comfortable. And the way to get that is to just do battles or go shopping for the preservation perks. Yeah, not really much else to say about that. Yep, so that's that. And if you guys are still having trouble, honestly, I think this is the best and most budgetous way that you can clear any of the simulated universes. I would say if you want to speed up the runs though, then I recommend using Hunt. But you do need a very built Sele or single target DBS that you can use to shred the boss really fast. I personally don't like Hunt because I don't have a super good DPS with a team that can protect her or enable her. So I don't personally like that one. Nihility is also pretty okay if you are willing to just stall. You can just debuff the enemy a bunch and then stall. And then lastly, we have like Destruction if you have Clara. That's really strong. And then we also have Abundance, which is... But okay, Abundance and Preservation are very similar to each other, being both very easy, right? But Preservation is cheaper than Abundance. Abundance is... for Abundance, you just need like one major DPS, but a lot of people will prefer Abundance. I prefer Preservation if you are on a budget. And I am on a budget, so I prefer Preservation, yeah. So I'll leave it to you guys. If you guys are still having trouble with the increased levels of the enemies in the dungeon, you just try whatever strats you want to do, and if you have trouble, just refer to this guide. It's all reliable. Preservation is a reliable strat for everything here. And that's it. Thank you all for watching.